What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with a brand new review for Life After Lockup, Season 5, Episode 17. This episode is titled Problems You Didn't Know You Had. Now, you guys, without further ado, before we go ahead and get into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel, and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and also by turning on your post notifications, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and discuss Life After Lockup, shall we? All right, you guys, I don't think this video is going to be like super duper long because I don't really feel like this episode gave a whole lot, because you guys know how I feel about certain people. There's two couples on this show in this episode that you guys know that I don't care for. Technically, it's three, but the third one, I felt the way about it, but I was like, you know what? Let's just deal with it, right? It is what it is. Let's just deal with it and whatever, right? The one couple that I want to talk about, and we really didn't see both parties. Well, yes, we did. We saw them both. Taylor and Chance. Now, we saw Taylor, so she and Bobby, you guys remember Bobby is engaged and Bobby is getting married, right? So now it's time for us to look for a wedding dress for Bobby. And I don't know what kind of store they went to, so I'm not going to shade the store. But I will say that first dress that Bobby tried on, Bobby, that dress wasn't for you, sis. That looked like a mother of the bride dress. Just being real with you, it looked like a mother of the bride dress. The second one, however, I did like the second one. It was really pretty on her. And so Taylor also tried on a bridesmaid dress. And nothing wrong with the bridesmaid dress. Why I paused and said, is when Taylor and Bobby sat down to have a conversation. You know, Bobby's like, she never thought that she would get married and stuff like that. And Taylor is talking about her situation with Chance, right? Now, I don't know how much of Taylor and Chance's storyline is real and how much of it is fake, but I do believe that man ain't got no money, and I do believe that man will put her in the poorhouse, and I do believe that if you marry that man, I do know that if you marry that man with no money and broke as fuck, his debt is now your debt. So I don't know if I want to hitch your wagon to that with three, you got 4 kids, 3 girls, 1 boy. I wouldn't want to do that, but that's your life. I hope you listen to that little inclination in the back of your head that's saying, don't do it, bitch. Don't do it. Like, I hope you listen to that. Speaking of Chance, this storyline with Bobo, nothing about this screams real. Nothing about this gives real. It gives 100% fabricated and, falsified. So Bobo, remember, you guys, Bobo wants his money. Also remember, it is $1,000 that Bobo wants. $1,000. Now, I ain't sitting here, saying it $1,000. Some people can't come up with $1,000 easily. Not a problem. I get that. Here's my thing. Bobo just got out of prison. And if you guys notice that my tongue is red, I just came from the nail shop. I had a margarita, so that's why my tongue is red. Bobo just got out of prison. How in the flying fuck did he find Chance that quickly? Number 2, this man's face has been plastered all over the screen. So that means that production is behind us. That means that this man is mic'd up. We can see his face. That means he signed the waiver to be on this show. Do you think a person who just got out of prison, allegedly looking for his money, illegal money, I'm pretty positive, by the way, looking for his money, gonna sit up here and let y'all show his face on camera, show all of his fucking tattoos? The man is identifiable. So, yeah. So not Taylor, but Chance is borrowing the money from one of his friends. I was like, okay, I don't buy this. I don't give a fuck about this. So Bobo shows up, and they went outside, and Chance was in a corner, and Bobo was in front of him like this, facing him. And it kind of reminded me, like, you guys, when you were in high school and you sneak off after school, or, before school, during lunch, or after school with your girlfriend and boyfriend, you guys go on the side of the building. so the way you guys can hug and kiss and make out and stuff like that. That's what that shit was giving me. And once again, it was giving me very much fake because the producers, the cameraman, keep coming up. Back up, man. Back up. Don't come on me. Dude, you signed a waiver, so they can film you all they want to. Like, Taylor and Chance have signed the waiver. You signed the waiver because, again, your face is not blurred out. Like, we can literally, and I mean literally, see your damn face. I want this shit off of my television screen. I really do. Want it off, want it done. Please, ixnay this storyline. Let's pause here and move on to the next couple that I don't care about. If you guys notice, I ain't even looked at my notes because I remember these two scenes. The next one that I want to talk about is Lindsay and Blaine. I don't care one way or the other about them. Now, the one thing I will say something nice and be nice, right? I thought it was really, the setup that Lindsay did for Blaine, that, the little picnic on the back of the truck and all that kind of stuff. Well, it wasn't really a picnic. It was a night under the stars. I actually was like, that's actually really cute. I would actually do that. But her asking him to marry her, it's a little desperate, Just gonna be real with you. Here's the thing and I'll say this from how I believe in things, right? I always say if a man is with a woman and a man knows when he wants to make a woman his wife, he knows that. He knows in his intentions what he wants to do. But the fact that you have to force it out of him, you talk to him about it, he didn't seem like he wanted to move or budge on that story, then that lets you know where you stand in his life. He likes you, he wants to be around you, probably don't want to have sex with you, but he's not looking to marry you at this point. So that would be a problem. But then you have to go and ask him to marry you. That seems like you're chasing a man. Just my personal opinion. You guys, again, know how I feel about them. I don't care about them. I wish they weren't on our screens, but they are. And so she asked him to marry him with the chain, and he said yes. Do I care? No, not at all. It is what it is. That was it. We're going to pause here and move on to the next couple, you guys. Let's talk about Melissa and Louie, you guys. I really can do without Melissa. Melissa really, really, really irks me, grinds my gears. She is so grating like a cheese grater. Like, I don't like Melissa. So, remember last week's episode, Donna is going to ride with Louie all the way up to New Jersey, right? And so we see that Louie got to the place. We also found out that Melissa moved into a new apartment. It's a bigger apartment. And I will say this one looked better than the last one because I knew I said it in the last one. That apartment was small as hell. It looked like a little shoebox, and there was no shade to her, but it looked like a damn shoebox. Now, it's more money than the last apartment, which I'm assuming it is, because it looked like it's at least a two bedroom. I know it has an upstairs. I know it has a stairwell, so it's probably going to be more. So she's hoping that Louie can help her. I hope so too. Now, at one point, we saw her walk into the bathroom on Louie. Louie was sitting on the toilet. So I'm assuming Louie was taking a number 2, right? And she didn't close the door, and you could literally see Louie's white ass sitting on that toilet. I was like, ma'am, that man is obviously taking a shit. And then she gonna ask him, where's his teeth? Ma'am, give that man some privacy and close the fucking door. And I get it. She's talking about she got to get ready. But ma'am, is he supposed to be like, oh, you know what? Melissa's getting ready. Got to get ready for work. But I really need to take a shit. So I got to wait for her. No, that man had to use the bathroom. I was irritated and annoyed. And I'm not a squeamish person, right? Like, I can see a lot of things and still eat my food. But I was actually eating my breakfast because I went and got me something to eat this morning. And I was eating, and there she is opening the door with him sitting on that toilet. I was like, oh, God, this is nasty. Melissa. Ugh. So he finished that, and Melissa's telling him that she got him an interview, driving trucks. I was like, don't you have to have a CDL license for that? And I don't necessarily know if Louis has you have to have a CDL license to drive a truck. You have to have that license. You can't drive one of those commercial trucks without you can't drive one of those big ass trucks without a CDL license. So I don't know how you got him an interview, but okay. Louis wants to be a trainer, however, and Melissa's like, and he felt like you need a job that's mature. Ma'am, as long as he's bringing home a decent check at the end of every week, 2 weeks, bi-monthly, whatever. As long as he's bringing home a check that is covering the bills, you shouldn't give a fuck what. And I wouldn't even, honestly, I wouldn't even care if you worked at McDonald's. I don't give a damn as long as you bring home some money. Now, would McDonald's work for me? Nah, no shade. No shade to anybody who works at McDonald's, but it just wouldn't work for me because it just wouldn't work for me. Again, there's no shade. I know it's a good job with good benefits, but I'm not going to sit here, and that's my issue when it comes to Melissa. I feel as though Melissa, she continuously talks down to that man. She continuously belittles the shit out of him, and I don't get it. So they were arguing, and Donna just showed up. They knew Donna was coming, but for the sake of the show, let's play like we didn't know Donna was coming. So Melissa's talking about she wants rhinoplasty and some other things, right? And it's going to cost $11,000. I was like, damn, that's a lot of money. So Louis went to go meet up with his probation officer. Louis is going to be on probation until 2032. Melissa went to go get, the consultation for her nose, and they told her it's $11,000, and she took out her card to pay for it, to set up the appointment. I was like, wow. I was like, okay, we're going to pay for. I thought that was a little odd, though, because you haven't had the work done. So why did you pay up front? I'm not paying for nothing until the work is done. The hell? Bill me after it's done. I'm not paying you before. I don't pay nobody for nothing before something is completed for me. I need to be happy with what I got. And if I'm not happy with it, then we're going to talk about it. And you're going to rectify what I don't like. Because that's going to be permanent, whatever they do. That's it for Melissa and Louis, you guys. We'll pause here and we'll move on to the next couple, which I don't know who I'm going to talk about next, but we'll pause here and move forward. All right, you guys, Chevelle and Quaylin. Now, we see we see Quaylin, his mama, and Maila, right? So they're all out and they're at like an arcade, right? And so Quaylin wants to talk to his mama about what happened when they met up the last time at that venue, trying to figure out where they're going to have the wedding at. And you guys remember last time the mamas got into it with one another. So at this point, he just wants to talk to his mama. She's like, you know what? I was wrong. That was the wrong time, wrong place for that to happen. But she feels as if, why was Sylvia there if she's not going to help with paying for the wedding? And I was like, because that's her daughter and her child wanted her there to see the venue with her. The woman can say, I don't want to pay for this, but that don't mean she's saying I ain't coming to the wedding. She's just saying, bitch, I don't want to pay for this. I don't want to agree with you marrying him. But if you're going to marry him, girl, go on ahead and marry him because you're going to do whatever you want to do. But just know I don't really support this 100%, and I'm damn sure not giving you any of my money for this wedding. But hey, we here. Like, that's why the woman was there. Now, the thing that was blowing me in this episode with Quaylin's mama, them eyebrows. So her eyebrows started right here and ended all the way right here. I was just looking at her eyebrows. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I just want to get a wet napkin because they looked as if they were painted on. I just want to go get a wet napkin and just dab it on her eyebrows and just be like, get this shit. Oh God, her eyebrows are bothering me. Now, Quaylin tells his mama that he and Chevelle are going to be going to go see an adoption attorney because he wants to adopt Maila. And I was like, ugh, that ain't going to happen. No shade. I'm not trying to be funny. I know so that you guys know they're currently in Dallas, and I know how adoption works in Texas because I was adopted by my mom, and it's not an easy process. It's not an easy process to do at all because the biological parent has to relinquish their parental rights to the child, and I don't necessarily see that happening with this situation. Yes, you say Maila's dad might not be in the picture, but I don't know if he's going to willingly give up his parental rights. And then, yes, you can go the route of, having the courts take away his parental rights, but that's a process. And that woman spelled out how much money it's going to cost. That can cost up to $7,000. And no shade, I don't know if they got that money. I mean, because look at Chevelle's wig. Lord Chevelle, girl, you done came back and your wigs are even worse than they were before because I kept sitting there looking at that wig. That wig was crooked and that wig had no part. I'm just saying. Who? But, I do feel bad about the fact that Maila's dad isn't in her life and he, Quaylin is a part of her life. Y'all gonna have to think about that one. I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the best move. And again, I don't remember how old this little girl is, but you might want to wait until she is of legal age to consent to the adoption. That's kind of what happened with that. Ain't kind of what happened with me. It's what happened with me. We just had to, because I don't remember. Actually, my mom was forced to sign over her rights to me because I asked. Because I was 14 years old, so I had to. My mom, who adopted me, my aunt, my biological aunt, we had to go through the courts to get this done, and it took a year because it started when I was 13, and it didn't wrap up until I was 14, and I was just about to start high school. So it was a very lengthy process because my mom had an attorney who's a family friend, and our friend, he also had an attorney as well who represented me. So we had to go back and forth to his office like so many times because at one point my mom went to go see my biological mother to have her sign over the rights, and I don't believe she did. I don't think because from what my mom told me, yeah, nah, she didn't want to sign over the rights to me. She didn't even want me to, she didn't want me to know about her, right? But in the proceedings to get adopted, I actually had to make the decision. I was like, I had to make the decision of where I wanted to go. Like, did I want to stay with and be with my biological mother, or did I want to stay with my mom, who I knew since I was a kid? Because at that point, her legal guardianship was running out, so we had to do something. But yeah, like I said, it took a year. It took a year. It took a long ass year for it to go through. What else? Yeah, but I wish them nothing but luck with that one. I wish them nothing but luck. So let's pause here and move forward, you guys. Next up, you guys, Brittany and Key-Rock. Now, when it comes to Brittany and Key-Rock scenes, you guys know I do like Brittany and Key-Rock to an extent, but also I don't like how Key-Rock treats Brittany at times. So Brittany is out with her best friend, and she showed her best friend her engagement ring, and she asked her best friend to be her maid of honor, and she agreed. So then the best friend asked her, have you talked to your parents? She says, I text them a picture of the ring, but she didn't get any response from them. But her grandmother does talk to her mom. And, the friend was like, why don't you just pull up on them? And I was like, that could be a good thing, but that could be a bad thing as well, depending on how her family is, right? Because if her family is ignorant and hood and ghetto and, ratchet and full of shit, full of it, it can go one or two. Like, if your family with the shits, then it could go to hell. If you pull up on them with this shit and a camera crew, it can go straight to hell. They could be ready to come to blows with each other. But we do see as, they are, so Brittany and Key-Rock, they're going to go up to New York and see her grandmother, right? Now, on their way up there, I will say, I like Kirok's mom a lot, but I think Kirok's mom was 100% wrong for what she did. So you guys remember, she's having issues with the brother. I forget what his name is, but the mom is having issues with the brother. So the brother actually left the house, and Kirok is driving, and Kirok answered the phone, and the mama told him what's going on. And so he got frustrated. And Brittany was just trying to be helpful, saying, hey, babe, you know, we're on our way up there. Just like, don't feel bad. Don't beat yourself up. Like, there's nothing you can do. Everything will work out when, let's go up here to see my family, and we'll deal with everything when we get back home. And then she also says, babe, like, pull over so that way I can drive and you can call your mom and talk to your mom. And Kirok kind of went left on Brittany, and I was like, sir, like, you doing the most. She's really trying to help you, but you want to go off on her. And I was irritated with him in that moment. And I was like, you know what, Kirok, you full of shit. That's why I say Kirok is a manipulator and he's a gaslighter, because Brittany didn't say anything wrong to him in that particular moment. Now, if you guys feel like she did, please let me know. But I don't think she said anything wrong to him. I don't think she said anything wrong to him. But, okay. We'll pause here and wrap up the episode, you guys. Y'all, I say the worst for last. Joy, Nomi, and Red. First of all, Red is so bad built. My God, he is so terrible. Oh God. He got big, never mind. He's bad built. That's all I got to say. Bad built. And then we see, so Joy Nomi is introducing Red to her cousins who are like her sisters, right? And she is, Red and little, what is that baby's name? Sway. Red and Sway, they went and played by themselves, right? And so Joy Nomi is talking to her cousins, and she's telling her, well, her I'm going to say her sisters. So she's telling her sisters that, when it Jonam is telling her sisters that she feels like Red is getting back at her. I'm like, ding, 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 ding. You're 100% correct. I wish she would stop saying she cheated on him, because, girl, y'all weren't in a real, let's just be a buck with each other. I don't consider y'all being in a real relationship in prison. There is nothing there. Y'all never saw each other. Y'all never met each other. Now, if he had went into prison and y'all were already in a relationship, then yes, y'all developed because I mean, how can you court somebody? Never mind. How can you court somebody in prison? I'm just being honest with you. You can't take me out on a date. You can't really call me like that. You can't physically touch me, in multiple ways. Kiss me, fondle me, penetration. You can't do any of that stuff. So I don't consider us dating. I consider us talking to each other and getting to know each other. And I don't even consider us getting to know each other. I consider us having a communication with each other via letters, via Skype, however y'all talk. JPEG, that's not a real relationship to me personally. No offense to anybody who does it. No offense. I really don't mean any offense to it. It's just how I feel, right? But is he getting back at her for doing that? Absolutely. Actually, let me take that back. Do I think he's getting back at her for doing it? Semi yes, semi no. Because remember, he was talking to other women that were sending him money in prison. So, pot, meat, kettle. Y'all both were doing the same thing. Only difference is hers was all physical. Hers was in the real world and physical. Yours was via pictures, because she also mentioned the fact that, he kept the pictures of the other women. So the sisters are like, Joy told us that you kept the pictures. He's like, yeah, I kept the pictures because I wanted to show her, like, hey, baby, like, I'm with you. That is not, sir, what? Was that the best logic you could come up with to say, yeah, I kept the pictures because I wanted Joy to know, like, I kept these pictures, but I choose you. And then he told the sisters that he's going to Missouri the next day. Coming to find out, Joy had no idea about that. And so she's upset. Now we see him the next day as he's getting ready to leave, right? And she asked him, "Are you going to see any other women?" He said, "No." I was like, Joy, Joy, Joy. If you have to ask this man, is he going to see any other women? First of all, that is your jealousy right there. That is your jealousy and your insecurity speaking. Let me say this, right? Men can be friends with women. I'm a good example of that. My best friend is a woman, right? You can be friends with men and women can be friends. This man, I don't think he can be friends with a woman without having sex with them. But that's neither here nor there. But if you are that insecure and you're that insecure and jealous, then this might not be the relationship for you. This might not be the man for you. You might want to do some self-reflection and figure out what is the issue within yourself that you have a lack of trust for him. The man's been in prison. I mean, again, he's been talking to other women, have pictures of other women, but that speaks volumes to you. Then she says, "Well, if you're gonna do that, then it's gonna be over, and I don't need you to come back here to me and sway if you're gonna do stuff like that. But you are coming back, right?" He said, "Yeah, I'm coming back because I'm leaving my PS5 here." I said, "Wait one damn minute." This man said he's coming back because I'm leaving my PS5 here. First of all, how did you get that PS5? Joy, I know y'all be like, JB, don't call her stupid. In this moment, in this period of time, I got to call a spade a spade. Mama is stupid. I be hot diggity dog damn if I'm finna buy anybody a PS5. I'm not finna buy anything for anybody that ain't doing nothing for me personally, right? You ain't paying no bills. I'm paying the rent. Like, I pay for you. The clothes you got on, I did that. Your hair been done, I did that. Like, if I'm doing everything for you and you ain't finna get no fucking PS5, the fuck? Unless you got a job. If you got a job and, like, let's remember, they went out on that date last week and she paid for it. Like, you're paying for this sack of shit man. Red is a sack of shit. Period. Point blank. I can't be no nice about that. Red is a sack of shit. A complete sack of shit. But I mean, look at his mama. Because I mean, I found out a little information about his mama that she has she is a SEX offender. The apple don't fall far from the tree, right? No, I'm not saying that he's gonna do anything, but I mean, sometimes the apple don't fall far from the tree. No judgment, but hey, it is what it is. But Joy, you look desperate, delusional, and frankly, like I said, to buy the man a PS5, he ain't giving you nothing but penis. Penis is all that man is providing to you. And obviously he's providing a penis to other women. Because like I said last week, I heard that the girl Julie is pregnant and locked up. And then this other bestie that he's supposed to see, ma'am, never mind. Joy, if you like it, I love it. But I just think that you are ridiculously insane. You need to go and get checked out because everything ain't right with you. Something is off up there with you. I don't know what it is, but something is 100% off with Joy Nomi. Do I feel bad for Joy Nomi? Not a chance in hell. The only person I feel bad for is that child. Joy Nomi, do you and your son the best favor you could ever do for that little boy. Find his real father. Because Red is, again, a piece of shit. Red is a sack of shit, a piece of shit, a whole lump of shit. Do your son a favor and find his real father because Red is going to be nothing but a disappointment to him and to you. Actually, fuck you. He's going to be a disappointment to your child. Think about your son. Think about your child. And the fact, the worst part is your child is already calling this worthless piece of shit his father. Red. Joy. Joy, get some self-esteem, get some self-love, get some self-respect, get some damn dignity about yourself. You ain't got, that's the worst part is, you ain't got no damn dignity. You look pathetic as fuck. I want to feel sorry for you, but I can't. I don't feel bad for you, especially after you selling the ancestors' heirlooms. Once you did that, you went downhill in my fucking book. All of this behind the hunchback of Notre Dame, however you pronounce it. He looks like a hunchback. He looks sloppy, just sloppy and slouchy. Ugh, every time I just see him walking. Also read, sir, please, for the love of God, pull up your pants. You're not in prison anymore. Just gonna leave that there. Hey, that's the episode, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves, you guys. Wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Once again, joy, self-respect, self-love, dignity. Get up, go find those things. They're very much so free. Bye, guys.